Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to another episode of Europe Hits Different. Today we're exploring Germany, or we're having it explained to us. Deutschland. I gotta know, my German viewers, do you guys prefer, like, foreigners, or would you prefer everyone in the world to say Deutschland over Germany? Because I'm pretty sure that's how you guys refer to it, but everybody just says Germany, when Deutschland's not even that hard of a word to say. I don't know. I'm rambling here. This video is coming from Countries Explained. This was a recommendation, and I'm curious. I'm hoping you guys can see this one. I do have quite a few videos that I'm going to be putting up for everyone to view under like a membership or something, so keep a lookout for that. These keep coming through. The Geography Now channel, you guys keep recommending that. Just so you know, I can't do those videos. They do not want people at all reacting to those, so keep that in mind. So let's hop into Germany Explained and see what we got going on here. Hopefully it's not so like surface level stuff. Oh, smash the like button, do your thing, bell notifications, all that good YouTube stuff for the almighty algorithm.
Germany is mentioned so much in pop culture and politics that you might think is one of the countries you know the most about. But let's face it, 99% of that information is World War II beer and lederhosen. Unfortunately, since there's so much more to Deutschland, as the local populace calls it, hence here are the most important facts about Germany that you were missing. And in the spirit of the people inhabiting the country, we're going to do the explanation efficiently.
Sweet.
Germany is large, ranking 7th in Europe.
I had the worst brain fart the other day. I was looking at France and I thought that was Germany. Let me know if you guys caught that in the video. I don't remember which one I was doing, but I was just...
In terms of landmass at 386 kilometers squared. But even more so regarding the population, where it finds itself third on the continent with 83.2 million people, just edged by second place Turkey. Yet Germany is the most populous European country, if you exclude the two continents spanning Turkey at 84 and Russia at 155 million people. There's a big drop-off after it on the old continent, with France and the UK having 67.8 and 67 million people respectively. Also, it's worth mentioning that our channel doesn't have anywhere near 67 million subscribers, so to help us with this very realistic goal, you should hit that subscribe button below. On a world map,
go check them out,
Germany
you guys.
is 63rd in size and 19th when looking at numbers of citizens. Located right in Central Europe, Germany has the second most borders of any country in Europe, after Russia, of course.
Oh, wow.
Boasting 9 neighbors, sharing its longest border with the Czech Republic at 817 kilometers, and Austria as a close second at 801 kilometers. Besides these two countries on the east and southeast, Germany also splits borders with Switzerland, France, Luxembourg, Belgium, the Netherlands, Denmark, and Poland.
I just gotta say, when you're looking at Europe from this angle, it feels so much different, the way that they're kind of twisting around. I feel like every time I look at Europe on a map, it's always literally just straight up, normal facing. I mean, I guess there's no right way to look at it. We're on the Earth's, the ball. Why do I feel like I have to explain stuff sometimes? But yeah, this angle is crazy looking at it like this. It makes it feel smaller somewhat. I don't know. It's weird.
We actually covered quite a few of these neighbors in our videos already, and you find those links down at the description. At its south end, Germany starts at the foothill of the Alps and stretches to the North Sea at its northwest, and the Baltic Sea to the northeast. Part of the latter is even called the German Riviera, as it's the vacation region of the country, with a rare combination of old Gothic towns that also
really
offers walks on sandy beaches. Although it might not look so on the map, but Germany has a coastline of 2,389 kilometers, which is actually more than Portugal, even though most of us associate this country with sunshine and blue horizons. Yet Germany had them beat up with the help of the indented coastline and quite a bit of small and not so small islands. Didn't we tell Germany has some surprises? Geographers still do like using Germany as a typical example of a common occurrences in typography, which is the study of the forms and features of land surfaces. As going from the coastline downwards, south that is, please forgive us elementary school geography teachers of our past, we know that south is south and not downwards. Okay, the territory depicts a common theme.
What was that? Is that like a downward? I've never heard that phrase before when referencing south. That must be like a common thing.
From across the earth. Beaches turn into green fields sporadically colored with lakes, rivers and swamps, which in turn after many kilometers on the Autobahn turn into hills separated by the scenic valleys decorated with creeks and rivers. These hills start rising until they start creating lush green highlands before culminating with the status of mountains. on an organizational state level,
I just gotta say, Germany is so beautiful. I do a screensaver of a lot of different countries around Europe on my TV in the living room. I put Germany on and it's just amazing. Most countries are though. They all look absolutely beautiful.
Germany is a federal republic consisting of 16 states who hold a degree of sovereignty. Berlin, the capital and the largest city, and Hamburg, the second most populous city, are granted this status and are commonly known as city-states.
Really? Hamburg is the second most? I could have sworn it would have been Munich, just from kind of like the info that I've gotten so far.
Inside the free Hanseatic city of Bremen, which sounds like something from Game of Thrones, as the least populous state basically consists of two enclaves due to its history. While the largest and most well-known state is Bavaria, roughly the size of the Republic of Ireland at 70,552 kilometers squared. Yet the agricultural economic powerhouse Bavaria in the southeast isn't the most populous federal state in Germany. That title goes to the North Rhine-Westphalia with 17,922,570 people, which in terms of proper European countries would have put her over their western neighbors, the Netherlands, most densely populated country in the European Union, as we mentioned in our most successful video yet on the Not Holland.
Netherlands is the most densely populated. I feel like my Brits, they always talk about how crammed they are and they're on an island. But when we were just looking at it, it's actually pretty big, even though they do have a crazy amount of people. But Netherlands, huh? All right.
But the Germans' state to their east is even smaller in size, making it very compactly populated, seeing how 4 of Germany's 10 most populated cities are located in this state. Cologne, Düsseldorf, Dortmund and Essen, it's not hard to see why. While there are 6 federal states with no city larger than 280k, Berlin, the 5th most populous city in Europe and the capital of Germany, is primarily known as the culture center of the country and of the continent when it comes to electronic music and modern art.
What is this thing called? I always see this. This thing right here. It reminds me so much of like, there's one of these, where is it at? We have one in Chattanooga, Tennessee, where I live. Let me see here if it's, I could be completely off my rocker, but yeah, here it is right here. Okay, a little different. Definitely not as close, but putting the ball up there like that. There's one of these, maybe it's in Vegas. There's one in Vegas that looks very similar to this. It's probably an exact replica because Vegas like just hijacks all of the designs from architecture all over the world and puts them there. All right, sorry you guys, I just had to
the continent when it comes to electronic music and modern arts. Having a continental climate with cold snowy winters and hot summers, Germany also experiences quite a bit of overcast during the year, especially the northern area due to the effect of the Atlantic Ocean. The more south and the more east you go, the populace gets more sunshine per year. Yet, even in the eastern located Berlin, there are 139 rainfall days. Still, that didn't stop German tourists from having 39 million international arrivals in 2019, similar to the whole of seemingly much more popular UK. Well, the festivals like the Oktoberfest in Munich and the notoriety for greatest beer and sausages in the world do the heavy lift.
I know this is like probably the most foreign thing and most American thing ever, but I do want to go to Beer Fest or Oktoberfest. We have something very similar here. Now, okay, hold on. We have something somewhat similar here. Around October, everyone puts on Oktoberfest all around the cities. They call them Beer Fests as well, but it's basically an Oktoberfest. Some call it Oktoberfest, but they're a lot of fun getting together. I would love to actually go to the real Oktoberfest. It's probably such a tourist attraction. I'm just not too sure if I don't want to be too cliche, you know?
Yet Germany has a lot more to offer outside of its urban centers. Fairy tale-like castles across the land, many big rivers like the Rhine, Main, Danube and Elbe used for cruises, and the Alps boosting the country's highest peaks with the Zugspitze, reigning supreme at 2,962 meters. After hiking or skiing in these areas, one could go for strong-flavored German food, the Bratwurst, Sauerkraut and many kinds of cheese. Germany now boasts a very distinct food offering, as some estimates suggest that 1 in every 10 German citizens comes originally from a foreign country, with Turks and Poles as the most represented ethnicities. Somewhat surprisingly compared to UK and France, Germany is still quite a religious country, with 66% Christian population, split almost equally between the Catholics and the Protestants, 6.9% Muslims and 26.3% unaffiliated.
So this is 2 years ago. I feel like this is probably outdated. The Muslim population I know is much larger now, but 66% Christian. I feel like I checked out something else that showed the kind of just the percentages of, maybe it was religious people in total over all of the European countries. It was like really low. I was extremely surprised. I can't remember what video it was, but it seemed way lower than like 66. Is this just of the religious population? Let me go back a little bit. I'm not religious, but I'm...
This country with 66% Christian population, split almost equally between the Catholics and the Protestants, 6.9%
okay, so I think he's
Muslims
talking
and
about
26.3% unaffiliated. Yet, it might not be so strange, considering Germany is the birthplace of Protestantism, but also because it has been, for the longest time, the spiritual successor of the Roman Empire. But we need to back up quite a bit. Germanic tribes originating from the southern end of Scandinavia populated the lands we've been examining around 500 BC, eventually becoming a threat to the Roman Empire, with the legions attempting and failing conquering the dark forests of the Greater Germany. Yet part of Western and Southern Germany did get included in the vast Roman Empire, but the whole of Western Roman Empire fell to Germanic tribes by the end of the 6th century AD.
This is a movie that we need. Am I right? Like a good, I don't want to say Hollywood movie, but they should make a movie about that. I feel like that would be an awesome story.
The great barbarian invasions and migrations, which resulted in Germanic tribes ending up pretty much everywhere in Europe.
They always, you know what I mean? They always cover like Rome. Like anytime they make an old movie back in that time, it's always about Rome. It'd be cool to actually like have it focused on the Germanic people that came down and basically like defeated the Romans. That'd be interesting.
Introductory video, yet they are the reason why there are so many different words for the same country. Unlike for Italy, England or Russia, who we all call similarly with the same root of the word. But the Scandinavians call Germany Tyskland, the English, well, Germany, and the French Allemagne. And most Eastern European nations as a variation of the word Nimsi, and the Dutch Deutschland. Franks, one of these groups of Germanic people, became the most powerful kingdom on the ashes of the Western Roman Empire. It's this domain that served as the basis for the Holy Roman Empire, a conglomeration of political entities, states, cities that lasted for nearly 1,000 years with varying borders, but usually holding most parts of what is today Germany. The loosely tied organization ended with Napoleonic Wars, yet those lit the nationalistic fervor across the states, leading eventually to the founding of the German Empire in 1871.
Speaking of movies, did you guys see that Napoleon movie that's on like Apple TV? I heard it sucked.
Country be so young and so old at the same time. The 20th century is what most people know Germany for, and losing 2 world wars in which it was the aggressor. After the Second World War, the victorious Allies divided Germany into eastern and western parts, which were then again reunited in 1990 after the dissolution of the Soviet Union. Despite massive losses in the 20th century, Germany remains an industrial powerhouse of the world and a synonym for perfectly engineered, well, anything, but especially cars. One of the strongest economies of the world, Germany uses anything, but especially cars.
That's a lot of car brands. Holy cow. Porsche? Porsche is German? And I know that's probably not the correct way to say it, but obviously BMW, Audi. Yes, Audi's German. I don't know why I didn't think it was. Volkswagen. I love Volkswagen cars. I used to own one. It's my favorite car.
One of the strongest economies of the world, Germany uses euro as its currency since 2002, and before the national money was called the Deutschmark. Its distinctive flag of black, red and gold, technically older than the country itself, and the anthem is called Deutschlandlied, the song of the Germans. In many ways, Germany is the country of extremes, from the plains to the Alps, from the free-flowing anti-German stereotype that is Berlin to the industrial lands in the West. Hopefully we convinced you that there is so much more to Germany than what is usually mentioned, and we didn't even get to mention Beethoven, Bach, Einstein, Martin Luther, Nietzsche, Karl Marx.
You just say Karl Marx? Karl Marx, I thought he was Austrian, wasn't he? Funny thing, that's actually my last name. Interesting video. I wish there was a little bit more. I was like kind of getting into that. It was pretty quick, but good info. I'm gonna see if he has a part 2. Maybe we can check out a part 2 or another one of his videos. So, all right, I'm gonna wrap that one up. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I will see you in the next one. Peace.